can speak. Okay, I'm afraid it will be the. Wait, it doesn't change. What happens? Thank you.
It's a different file.
Yeah. I need to turn it off first.
Baka si Emma.
I'm afraid it's the most boring part here, so I'll try to make it easier.
DCU.
Okay. How? I will try to make it quicker because we're already late, but just let me know if I already 5 minutes left, okay? Okay, I'm going to introduce the right of migrant domesticated here in Taiwan, and I'm Grace Huang, Secretary General of DCU. And okay, so for the beginning, I want to ask you some questions. Just ask me yes or no. Okay, first, can domestic caretaker here in Taiwan have right of weekly 24-hour day off?
Yes. Weekly.
Okay, yes.
That's legal.
Anyone think no? No?
Our papers, our contract say yes, but our employer say no.
Okay, so we know we have right, but there's some truth. So later I'll tell you why is the truth like that. Okay. But will the employer be corrected or punished by the government if they don't give day off to us?
Yes.
Yes, they will be corrected or punished by Taiwan government? Okay. I think it's a no. Okay. Will the employer be corrected or punished if they are reported assigning domestic workers to do farmings?
Yes.
Okay. And there's nothing I can tell you. You already know everything. It's okay. Is the salary increasing announced on August 10? Is mandatory? Okay. You think yes. Raise your hand. Yes.
Si Maria away na.
Raise your hand if you think no. Okay. Sit down. You are half right and half wrong. I will tell you why later. Okay. So remember this question. So let's move to the next. What is the legal reason for transfer? Okay, it's a little bit small, right? I will read it out. First, if your employer agrees, yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. And if your patient dies,
Yes.
if you don't have day off,
Yes.
it is a reason, legal reason for transfer?
Yes.
Legal reason.
No.
Legal reason.
Yes, sir. Because they're violating our contract.
No.
What?
Yeah,
Why
very
no?
small.
Why no?
Lecture. Okay, there is a better job offer.
No.
Better job offer.
No.
Your salary is 20 and there is 30 NT.
No.
And if your employer has bad attitude. Really?
No.
If I say, oh, why my workers so stupid? It is something that in the Taiwan government will say, okay, you can transfer. Wait?
No.
The last thing is if employer break the law.
Yes.
Yes or no?
Illegal.
Yes or no? Yeah. But evidence is required. So the question is, how could we? Well, generally to say, do we have freedom to transfer?
No.
No, we don't have freedom. There are some.
Yes.
Yeah.
No options.
You need to fit some other conditions, right?
Conditions.
So we don't have freedom to transfer. So how can we bargain for salary increase or better working condition if we don't have the right to quit the job? We just simply to quit the job. We don't have the right. Because once we quit the job without the legal reason, what will happen? Yeah, we will report it TNP, right? Yeah, so I will show you. So we have so many questions like, okay, it's our right to have day off, but no punishment on employer if they don't give us day off. And the review is that, okay, there is a salary increasing, but it's not mandatory. Or the employer cannot assign us to do the illegal work. So I think you already know everything about your rights. So but I'm going to explain why. Okay, so that's the next page. I'm going to explain why. Because there's a legal structure of the migrant domestic workers. You can see the biggest purple one is migrant worker related policy. And under it the civil code. Civil code resembles the freedom of contract, means that every two parties or three or more parties, we have freedom to build up a contract, the employment contract with each other, right? And there is the Labor Standard Act. With the Labor Standard Act, there are basic wage, regular working hour, and overtime, etc. But as a domestic caretaker here in Taiwan, we don't have this. We don't have the Labor Standard Act, right? So what happens? If we back to the civil right, what will happen? In the civil right, because there's a freedom of contract building, so whatever written in the contract, as long as it's not against the law, it's okay, right? So that's why 24 hours working is no problem. And then no day off, no problem. And no basic salary, no problems. That is the civil code, that everything is okay as long as you both agree. But if you don't have right to transfer, whatever you need to agree, the paper, even not written on the paper, whatever told by the employer, you will follow, right? So to prevent this kind of situation, Taiwan government and the Philippine government, we discussed to have a standard contract. Standard contract is what we have. Everyone, do you have your contract on hand?
Yes.
Or just a copy on hand?
Yes.
Maybe some of you, yes, but some of you don't, right?
Yeah.
If you transfer to new employer, maybe your new broker doesn't do it for you, right? They will only do it for you when you request to go vacation, right? So, but what's written in the contract? Written in your contract is you will have weekly day off. Actually, it's written like every 7 days you are entitled for 1 day off at least. So you have weekly day off actually, and then you have special leave for whenever you finish 1 year working, you'll be entitled 7 days, right? And then you have sick leaves. And then sick leave is with half pay. If you read your contract, you will notice your rights and you will have wage. And your salary is at least 20,000 since August. If your contract built up after August 10 this year, right? Okay, so it's a contract. But okay, our rights is written in our standard contract. So that's why we can say, okay, we can feel that, okay, our government is fighting for us because the contract is negotiated between Taiwan government and the Filipino government, right? But why our employer doesn't follow? Why? It's written there we have weekly day off. Why you cannot file a case? Yeah, because breaking contract or violating contract, there's no penalty. There's no penalty from government, right? If you think, okay, my employer doesn't follow the contract and I want her to follow, what should I do? We should go to the court. We should go to the court and pursue a legal suit to request the employer to follow the contract. But do you have time to go to the court? Do you know how to go to the court even in Taiwan? Do you have money to pay for a lawyer?
No.
Do you think a lawyer will fight for you?
No.
Everything is a question mark. I think maybe impossible for any worker to pursue a case if their employer doesn't follow the rule, the contract to give them weekly day off, right? So basically we are, but because we think it's already negotiated between Taiwan government and the Philippine government, So we always tell the local labor unions, we call it BLA. We always inform the local BLA, you need to respect our contract as the basic standard of the domestic caretakers here in Taiwan. So don't allow our employers to break this, violating this contract to us. But somehow, sometimes they follow. So if you go to the labor, say that, oh, my employer, when I finish 3 years, they don't give me my annual salary for the 7 days if my employer doesn't give me. If you file a case, the BLA will say, okay, your employer should pay, right? But if you go there to say, oh, I don't have weekly day off, but the BLA, they choose to ignore. They choose to ignore. Yeah, but then sometimes they will say to you, okay, I know it's your right on your contract, but there's no penalty from me can give to your employer. And even I'm BLA, I cannot give any punishment with an employer, so what should I do? Right? I can just say, oh, you should do it, or okay, they have right. But if you still want to stay, if you still doesn't want to follow what the BLA can do, actually nothing. So that's the structure, that's the legal structure that we are facing. So when there are some other laws, like acts of gender equality to employment, so that's like there's no discrimination on pregnancy, and everyone, even domestic caretakers, should enjoy the maternity leave or like unpaid parental leave, or sexual harassment should be prevented. Right? There's some laws still cover every worker, even you are domestic caretakers, even you are out of the Labor Standard Act. And here is the Human Trafficking Prevention Act that also cover every workers. So if we are in a voluntary situation, like you are jailed, you are grounded with some way that is illegal, or like violence, or keeping your phones, keeping the document from you so you cannot go out, make you vulnerable, or and give you, and at the same time give you the salary that is very extra low, extra small. Okay, like if you're working 20 hours a day but only got 17,000 a month, that is called the extra small wage. That is not commensurate with the salary. Your labor is not commensurate with the salary. But it's a very rare situation. But I'm just mentioning that basically our daily